Hello, my name's Julie from So Unique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. Welcome. I hope everybody's had a lovely week. I know the weather's not been too good. We've had very mixed weather here. We had a horrendous thunderstorm at the beginning of last week. It was really bad. I was out here sewing and I'd got the embroidery machines on and I was sewing at my ordinary machine, and I could hear this sort of noise outside and really just thought it was the wind blowing down the side of the house. But when my embroidery machine had stopped and I'd stopped sewing, I'd got my book on as well. I was listening to a book, and yeah, I could hear the thunder, and it was actually quite close. And the lights actually went out for a split second, and my embroidery machine, I heard this clunk, and it made me jump, but luckily it's got a surge protector plug on it, so it was fine, nothing went off. So I quickly packed up and went inside, which I'm glad I did, because that was sort of the start of our storm, and the rain came down really, really heavy. And as you know, I've said before, our conservatory roof is acrylic, and when it's raining it's quite loud in there. Now this rain was coming down really heavy and the noise was deafening, and both of the kittens were sat in there just like, oh, what's going off here? So got them out of the conservatory, popped them in the living room, shut the kitchen door, and obviously the noise was fine then. But it didn't sort of panic Bramble, which I was surprised. They were both fascinated with the noise, and I said to Kevin, let's turn the light off and put the curtains open and we'll watch the storm, which we did. And they were both sat there on the windowsill watching for quite a while. I think they were just, fascinated with what was going off, because we'd got sheet lightning, we'd got fork lightning, we've got the wind, we've got the rain, and it lasted for a while. I think somebody said it was about an hour, but it did eventually blow over. But yeah, they were both watching, so there were no panicking, which was good. Then off they went to do their own stuff. Charlie and Elsa, Jake's and Adele's room, they were just fast asleep. They weren't interested at all. They're used to it. But it has been very mixed this week. We've had quite a lot of rain, but we've also had wind and sunshine. So we're forever watching the forecast, because if we're having our wool stand outside the shop, we need good weather. So some days we know we've got until probably 1 o'clock. And to be honest, it's worked out okay this week. I mean, we have got wet a few times coming home, but other than that, it's fine. And the wool sale's going quite well. The wool is going down, so that's good. Anyhow, I hope you've all managed to get some crafting done this week. I've got some done, not as much as I would have liked. I seem to be suffering with a bad wrist and a bad hand at the minute. I've got like just an ache in my wrist and in my hand, and I'm finding machine sewing I'm fine with. If I'm having to hand stitch, cross stitch, I'm okay with. But I was stitching up some calico yesterday, and I gave up. It was just uncomfortable. So I'm just hoping it's not carpal tunnel or arthritis or anything like that. So I might have to have a break from doing a few things. But we'll see. It does actually feel a little bit better today. But yeah, we'll see. I went to bed with a hot water bottle last night, and I just laid my hand on it. Just I thought a bit of warmth might sort of soothe it a bit. But I don't know. And also when I'm using the embroidery machine, I have to tighten the hoops up for the brother. It's quite stiff. It's quite a hard job to tighten the screws up. So that upsets my wrist. So hence why I haven't done any crochet for years. But yeah, so I think what I will start off with today is purchases. I've had 1 or 2 purchases this week. There's still 1 or 2 things that haven't arrived. What shall I start with? Actually, I'll start with my little my little marshmallow mugs. Now this is only 2 of them. Now I've got another 2, same style, but the eyes are closed, so they've got little eyelashes on, so they look a bit kawaii to me, but that's like dripping chocolate. Now these seem quite popular with the tea trays, and I thought, well, as I don't actually have a proper Rotherham mug, and I think it would probably be too big for my tray, I decided to get some of these. So I bought them on Amazon, and they were somewhat cheaper on Amazon than what they are on eBay and Etsy. And people make hats for them. Now I looked on Etsy for the hats, and there were some nice ones, but not quite what I wanted. But I'd like to try and make some in fabric, so that I think that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but you know, I'm going to have a go. But these will do for all seasons, all year round. Now I have purchased a whipped cream topper, bee theme. It looks like white whipped cream, and it's got like bees on it and drizzles of honey, I think it is. Now that's not arrived yet, but I'm sure that will probably arrive probably for next week's vlog, which I'm looking forward to, because at least I know it's going to fit. But I have also been looking into how to make these toppers, because like I said, they can be quite expensive, and I can see why it's dear, but you know, I like to make my own if I can, and so I'm going to give it a go. I'm not very good at piping, but you know, at the end of the day, it's only for me. But if I struggle, like I say, if my wrist is not any better and I'm struggling, I can get a dowel to pipe it for me. But it looks a lot of fun. Anyhow, so like I said, I've got a couple of these. And what else I've bought? Now this is a whipped cream topper, but this is actually for a Rotherham mug. So this is somewhat bigger than what will fit on my mugs really, but like I say, now I know how to make the stuff, I will have a go myself. And one day I would like to get a Rotherham mug. I think I'd like something on it like, I don't know, crafter, maker, creator, or something like that, something that I can use all year round. So I found out one of our mugs. Now this is our Be Creative mug, so you get the effect of what it's going to look like. Now this will sit on my windowsill. I don't think it will fit on my tea tray, but it is, as you can see, it does overhang my mug a little bit, because I think these mugs are only like 10 ounce, where the Rotherham mugs are quite big, but I think it looks really nice. So that is going to, like I say, I'm going to find a spot for that later today, because as you can see, my tea tray is back in here again, because I've been trying to take a few pictures. But yeah, so I'm really pleased with how that looks. Now you're not going to be able to, mind you, I can't show you them just yet. What I will show you, if you watched last week's vlog, you will know I was making a cushion for my trough. Well, I didn't have any ribbon last week, that was it. So when I went to work, I found some ribbon, and that's it finished. So I've managed to put the buttons on, and I've got some ribbon on. So that now can sit in my trough. So that's going to look really nice. I think it's a little bit bigger than the bunny cushion, but it'll stand up a bit better. So yeah, so I will take some photographs, but I'll probably pop some pictures in right at the very end of this vlog, probably of the tea tray and of my cushion. So my next purchase, oops, so what to do with the marshmallow mugs. I have bought a crocheted pattern so I can do my own little hat. Now I'm looking forward to having a go with this, and I'm hoping my wrist's okay, because I really would like to make the bee hat. Now I hadn't got any 5-ply yarn for this, It's been a few years since I've crocheted. Like I said, last time I crocheted I had a really bad wrist and I ended up having to have a heat pack on it to crochet with. So I haven't done any for maybe 5 years, I think, really. So I bought some yarn. I got this off eBay and it's Drops Saffron. And what I've bought is I've gone for a brown and a goldy yellow. Now I know it's black on a bee, but I can't really see the crochet black very well, but I thought I'm going to give it a go with this. And I'm sure these were only £1 each, and it's 100% cotton. Now I've never used Drops yarn before, never even seen it, but I know a lot of people on Instagram and that use the Drops yarn. So I thought, well, I'll try it. Now while I've been waiting for this yarn, I got some just cheap acrylic out of my stash, and I'll have a go at following the pattern to see how far I can get. And I couldn't remember how to crochet because I was trying to knit, and I'm thinking, this is not working. What am I doing wrong? And I've got my yarn in my right hand instead of my left hand. So I thought, oh, you daft thing. So once I got myself sorted out, I did have a play, and yeah, I could follow the pattern, and my wrist wasn't too bad. But I couldn't find the holes very well because it was a bit fluffy yarn. So I'm hoping next week's vlog, if I don't have any problems with my wrist, I might have a hat, and hopefully it'll fit my marshmallow mug. But we'll see. It'll probably end up too big knowing my luck, because my tension will probably be off a little bit since I haven't done any for such a long time. The next thing I've got is I've actually got a set of these. It's some little hangings, so you can put them on your tier tray or hang them in your window. And this one is called Meant to Be. So that is nice. And you've got your little string at the back. So if you want to stand it on your tier tray, you just fold it back. So that's nice. Oh yes, I've got one more thing that I've bought. Now this is a pattern for a quilt and a cross stitch and some threads. Now when I was on Instagram the other day, the Fat Quarter shop were advertising, I think they're doing a sew along for this one. I'm not sure and I can't remember. And yeah, I thought, oh, I like that. So I decided to have the quilt pattern, the cross stitch pattern, and the threads, because I've just got fed up of not having the right colour of threads. It's really annoying. So this is called Peppermint Lane Block of the Month. So that is the quilt pattern. I'm sorry for the reflection on there. I think you can see it. So that looks really nice. Now that's what it looks like. I don't know, like I say, if it's a stitch along or quilt along, I'm not sure when it's starting, because I don't think I'm going to join in with it. I think I need to wait with this one because, as you know, I've got my other Christmas one to finish off with the quilting. I'll have to get that one done first. But I am looking forward to having a go at that. That looks really nice. Anyhow, the cross stitch one is that. It's a Sew Emma pattern, and it's designed by Laurie Holt, as far as I'm aware. I think I might be wrong there. So this is very similar to like the Sew by a Row one that I'm in the middle of doing. But yeah, I really like that one. And that is the pack of threads. I thought I might as well get a few bits because I'm paying postage out on one pattern, so I might as well get a couple of patterns and some threads. So at least I know I've got enough threads. And they're all very nice colours. I love the colours. And I can't wait to sort of start that, but I'm not starting it yet. So I'm going to wait I mean, if there's a sew along, a cross stitch along thing, I might actually join it. It might keep me on track. But I need to go back on the Fat Quarter Shop Instagram account to check that out. Right, well, I think now I'll show you what I've been making. I'll start off with my cross stitch. Now, as you know, I am making the honeybee one. So I'm stitching with the housewives. And I've actually managed to do a reasonable amount of work on this one. Oh, I've left my board behind again as well. So I have got that far. What I'm doing now is just like doing the greenery, and then I've got to put some little flowers on both sides, and then I need to stitch, I think it's honeybee on the front of the mug, which that is just back stitch, and then there's a few bees to put on. Oops, I'll show you that. There's a few bees to put on. So hopefully this will be finished all for next week's vlog, and if I've got some fabric, which I might actually use our bee fabric, I can get it all put together. So that might be in my display. I hope it is. So yeah, it's coming. This one's been quite an easy, quick stitch. I've really enjoyed doing this, and I'm looking forward to actually stitching on the other ones now. But I think what I will be starting before long are probably autumn stitches, cross stitches, and some Christmas ones. So I'm already nice and early for when I have to start decorating up for autumn and Christmas. I can't wait. I love making things for autumn and Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that. What else have I got to share? Right, yes. What I'm going to do now is put a clip in, a little video clip in from last night. Well, it is actually Sunday evening now, and I thought I wasn't actually going to come back out into my sewing room to do any more crafting, because I'd finished, I'd packed up for the day. Anyhow, I decided to have a go at making my skep or beehive. Now, this might not work. If it doesn't work, you're not going to see this video, but I'm hoping it will do. So my glue gun's heating up. I have got my pop bottle, and I've got the kitten's old scratching post. Now you can see it's not very big. You can see it's coming apart. And yes, we could have repaired it, but they don't use it now. I mean, you can't believe this, that when we bought this, the kittens couldn't even get up it. It was, they were that tiny. But yeah, they've used it and they enjoyed climbing on it. It was all a little bit of fun for them. Anyhow, I'm going to take this jute off here, and I am going to start making my skep. So I will share, what I'm going to do is share snippets of it, so you can sort of get the idea of how it's done. I'm not going to film the whole lot because I think it's going to take me a while to do. I think it might be a little bit boring, especially if people aren't interested in this kind of thing. So there we go. Oops. Well, I've just cut my bottle down, so that is going to be the size of my skep. So hopefully that will fit nicely on the windowsill now. Now, I've just made a circle, stuck the bit of rope together and then glued it onto the front of the skep. So this is the opening. Now this area in here I need to colour it in black, so I'm just using a permanent pen. This might take a while, so I'll come back when I've finished it. That is the best I can do colouring wise. I think I need a little bit thicker pen, so I can go back in and add a bit more black to it. So now I'm going to put a handle on by just cutting a bit of rope. If I can get some, cutting, let's see if you can see, I don't know, something like that maybe. And then I'm going to hot glue it in, there we go, in there. And then I can start and decorate it up with some flowers. Right, so what I'm going to do now is add a little bit of brown paint. You can use your light to sort of singe parts of it, but I don't want to set my smoke alarm off, so I'm going to use a bit of paint on a dry brush, and all I'm using is burnt, I think you can see it, burnt sienna, and a flat brush. And all I'm going to do is put a little bit on, just dab it off on a bit of plastic and just put some lines across, and that just gives a bit of an effect. There's a little bit of colour to it. There we go. So that's that. So now I'm going to sort my flowers out and see what I've got to decorate this up. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that. As you know, I mentioned last week that I wanted to make a skep. So yeah, there it is. I think it's turned out pretty well. Using second-hand bits of jute, and that was another purchase that I got. I can show you now. That's the little bees. They've got like a self-adhesive pad on, but I've put some hot glue on so they will stop on the jute. But I think that's turned out really well. Oh, I've got bits of bits of glue gun there. But yes, so I'm going to find a spot on my windowsill. My windowsill's looking a little bit full at the minute, not with handmade items, with my tomato plants. And I reckon they are, what? They're over 30 centimetres tall, and they're over 12 inch. Yeah. So they're getting a bit big. Trouble is, I've got nowhere to put them at the minute. So I'll have to get that sorted out. But yeah. So that is going to look nice on the windowsill. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm glad I decided to do that last night. And it didn't take long to make. Yeah. So now I've got to think what I can do for my next theme. If you followed me for a while, you will remember this Liberty Beehive that Adele bought me for, I think it was my birthday earlier was it this year? Can't remember. It might have been last year. But this has been sat on my shelf in the living room. I've not used it as a pincushion because I don't want to spoil it, but that will go nicely somewhere, probably on my tray. So like I said, I'll take some pictures and pop them in at the end. So that's nice. Yes, I did manage to finish off a few bags from last week. Now, if you remember, I think, yeah, I shared with you the machine embroidery that I was doing, and I needed some fabric for the lining. Well, that's the bag with the embroidery on, and I've used the sort of rainbow batik. It's got pinks and yellows and greens and blues in there, and I think it goes well. It's actually the best I've got, really. I think I probably would have liked something a little bit brighter, but it does work, and I've put some green drawstrings in there, so I do like that. I think the size goes down small enough. I might even put that on a little tier tray cushion for probably a bit later on in the year. Yeah. So that's that one. And then I managed to finish this one off. So I've got the cord in there, and hopefully, I'm hoping this afternoon, if I can get some pictures, I might be able to get these in my shop today. And I finished this one off. This is the teacup with the bee on. So I've got black cord. So that's nice. I like that one. And I also, one more thing I've got, that I've made a pennant with the bee on. I thought, why not? Everybody likes bees. What I might do as well for my next display, my strawberry display, I might do a strawberry pattern on there. I think that will look nice hung up in the window. So yeah, so I might put some of these on Etsy. I'll see. It depends how many pennants I've got left now. I have also made some tier tray cushions, which I'm actually going to put in my Etsy shop, I think, this week. This one's using our bee fabric, excuse me, and all I've done is just put a ribbon and a little flower on there with a nice button in the centre, and on the back I have put a heart, a couple of buttons and some ribbon. So that will fit nicely on a tier tray. It fits on mine, lovely. So yeah, so that's one of them. And the next one is another small one, and it's got the embroidered bee on. So the bee does go down smaller than this, but yeah, I've got some flowers on there, some buttons and ribbons, and I've decorated the back up like that. So yeah, I have actually been busier than I thought. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to venture out. I need to go down to the shop. I've got one or two orders to pack up and get posted out, and hopefully I'll have time when I come home to do something else. So I'll see you all a bit later on. Nearly forgot one, didn't I? This is a calico cushion. Now this is ready for next month's display. So this will fit on the tier tray, and that is this applique strawberry, and I've put a couple of bees on, and there's some little flowers at the top. I haven't finished off the back yet. I didn't have time last night, but yeah, I like that. That's some of that nice fabric that I've got. That's it. So now I'm going. I'll see you all a bit later. Well, I didn't manage to get out to the post office today, unfortunately. The weather has been pretty bad this afternoon. It's been raining quite a lot on and off. So I decided not to bother. I can do it in the morning, nip out of work probably and go and post a couple of packages. I have been busy though. I've been trying to take some photographs of my tier tray and my skep and everything in the kitchen. They're not brilliant. The lighting, we're facing the wrong way to get some decent pictures. So I put the kitchen lights on thinking that would help, and it did. But then I've got this like orange flicker all over my pictures, which obviously the lights, because we've got strip lights in the kitchen. So I have done my best. I'm going to have another go. I just need to sort the table out in the conservatory and get the background up, and I will have another go and see if I can take some better photographs. But it's now tea time, so I'm going to go in and we're going to sort some tea out. We're going to have a drink first though, but I'm going to sort some tea out. And I was going to come back out here this evening and do a little bit of sewing, but I've decided not to. I think I'm going to have a quiet night inside. So I've got a little bit of housework to do, but I am going to sit down, do some cross stitch, and have a go at my little marshmallow mug hat. See how we get on with that. So I think that's my plans for this evening. So I'm going to round this vlog off. I just want to say thank you for joining me this week, and I hope everybody's well, and I'll see you all again next week. So take care everyone, and have a lovely week, and I hope the weather gets better for us all this week. Bye for now.